All right, well, we're back in the shop today. Just cutting out the exhaust and pulling the drive shaft for now. Show you where we got. We got the engine finally pulled. The old 454 big block. So we're gonna tear down to this thing in just a little bit. But yeah, I just gotta finish off exhaust and drive shaft. She's back on the dollies. Gonna strip everything out of the engine bay, pull the whole front clip out. And then, yeah, I think I'll probably think about getting some of the glass out and everything else, and deattach her from the old rusty frame and put her in the air and maybe go buy a rotisserie and start doing some good body work on this thing. Also, when me and Buddy were pulling the motor, had a little bit too much fun and fell, and well, I got a pretty good bruise. Re-broke my thumb, so that's nice. So yeah, doing all this kind of one-handed, 1.5-handed, but we'll get her. Also, the next thing I have to share with this is when you go to a professional exhaust shop, some of the welds that you get just, I don't know. You know, you pay somebody to do something and it's not really that great. These actually did leak right out from the exhaust shop that I went to back in old Kamloops. But it is what it is, man. I mean, honestly, for the peace of mind, I'd probably just get a bolt together kit next time. Easier to remove, install, yada yada. Yeah, they might leak, but I mean, this thing already leaks, so unless you get a good welder. I might try, I might not. But hey, what's it worth if you give it a shot, right? Just give her. Yeah. So that exhaust is out, and I'm just working on the drive shaft. Luckily, from all the gear oil that's been leaking out of the pinion there, it's they're pretty easy to get, so I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, and just like that, we got the old drive shaft out. Oh, not too bad, actually. Yeah. A little bit of play in there, but really not much. That's pretty good. So I'm going to call out a good drive shaft. So. Oh yeah. Okay, exhaust is off, drive shaft out. I guess next is going to be the front clip. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm just done doing some of the battery terminals and all that, and I finally realized why sometimes it would start and sometimes it wouldn't. Yeah, you got some contact in there, but that's just twisted in there. Wow. Well, and the use of metric and imperial self-tappers is pretty on point. Also, get a load of some of these bushings too. I mean, they are just squished and sacked right out. Basically what the guys did was they took that motor right there, put a transmission onto the back of that, and just kind of threw this thing in the car, bled the brakes, and just, I don't even think they said a prayer or anything, they just gave her. I mean, that's one way of doing it. I mean, it was a running and driving car. It was. It's not right now. Yes, but it's gonna be a whole lot better once she's over onto there. All right, well, we also got the tranny cooler and lines out. So that's good. I think I'll work on getting out the wiring harness, and then this front clip can come out. So in this guy, it's behind the brake booster here. There's a little screw that goes into it, and you just unscrew that and you can just pull half this wiring harness out just for the front half, which is extremely convenient. So at least they were thinking back then. So I'll get that, and then we'll continue on getting everything else out. And of course, all the wiring is going to be new because this stuff, it worked. It was working, but the lights every now and then, they'd flicker on and off. So there's obviously something in there. So I thought, you know what, just replace the whole thing. And I gotta say, the next thing too is the people that did this car for me, they're those kind of guys. Like, come on, man, just cut it flush. All right, so removing this windshield wiper motor, pretty straightforward. I mean, there's just this little pivot ball on the back. There's just 2 screws you loosen off, and then this just slides out, drops down. Very nice. And then you'll see on the back that there's 1, 2, 3, and then 4th bolt up top in here. So yeah, we'll pull that out. Pretty straightforward. And then of course just the washer line, you gotta pull that off, but that will be yeah, and then should be able to route the rest of these wires through no problem. Now I do gotta say that digging into a project car like this, it's exciting, but it's also kind of nerve-wracking because you don't know what you're gonna find. But for the most part, just take your time doing this kind of stuff. That's what I found, and then label everything or put bolts back where they came from. Try not to lose anything like that. But yeah, and then the more you dig into a car like this too, is the more stuff you look around and find, the more stuff you wish you didn't find. So, but we're making it. We're gonna do it. Okay, so that's out. It's great. This wire, it's mostly for my reference, went along this seam here and tucked right up into there. Okay. Well, we'll pull the rest of the front of this out, and then we should be getting pretty close. So I'm just about to pull this pretty much all the way through. There's just this one little wire down here that goes on your proportioning valve. Just sits on top like that. And that's pretty much it for around here. I'll back her out a bit. There we go. Now we gotta just do the headlights, the horn, and that's pretty much it for the wiring harness. Okay, so now we're just on this guy right here. There's the 2 screws that are right there. And then there's 2 wires underneath. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Right here. Yeah. So there's one guy back here. If I can get my finger in there. One guy there, and then there's also a guy right behind here too as well. Okay. For colors, looks like we got kind of a orange, reddish, closer to the front. Yeah. Okay, so just again, this red guy goes here, and then we got, I think it's just black. We'll go behind there, and then this guy, hard to say. I think we just got, yeah, this wiring's kind of junk. Yeah, this one on the left is going to be positive. Okay. And just like that, we got the front half of the wiring harness out. So, yeah, we're pretty much stripped in there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start taking off the front clip now. Maybe this video, maybe the next video, I don't know, we'll see. It's getting to be that time where I'm getting to be a bit thirsty, and the hockey game's on, so we might give her on that for a little bit.